Hi everyone, it's Freddie here. Today I'm bringing you my top 20 cold weather fragrances. This list was compiled from fragrances that I've been wearing throughout the fall, will continue to wear into the future, and some are new to my collection. I've been testing and I believe they will move up on the list going towards the future, but they fall where they fall for now. Let's start with number 20 from Serge Lutens Chergui. Now, this is a casual unisex fragrance that is sweet and spicy. And even though it's sweet, it is kind of dry. It could be the hay note in there. I'm not sure, but that's what I get out of it. I have good longevity out of it, but the projection and sillage is mediocre at best, but I do enjoy the scent. At number 19, I have Idol de Lubin. Now, this is the EDT. I have tried the EDP, and they're very similar. I prefer this one slightly over the other one. I think this is a great boozy, spicy fragrance. It has some smokiness to it. The only reason it's at 19, because I really enjoy this fragrance, is because of the performance in it. The performance sucks. I get maybe an hour and a half to two of decent wearability. Then after that it becomes a skin scent for a couple more hours. But it is a beautiful scent, worth having. I carry a decant when I wear it. At number 18, I have the newest addition to my family from the By Kilian line. It's called Apple Brandy. Now, the name says it all with this one. You get a boozy apple. Now, it's beautifully blended. I believe that Carlos from PLP, shout out to you, my brother, said it best when he said it's a hot apple cider. Now, I've only worn it twice. It's only came out this week. And I get about 6 hours, with about 2.5 to 3 hours of that being decent projection and sillage. But it's a moderate performing. So it's moderately performing right now. At number 17, from the house of Zherzhov, is Richwood. Now, this one is a masterpiece in my eyes. With that being said, the only reason it's not better or higher on the list is because of the price point. Now, it is top quality, perfectly blended. It's not unique though. It does stand on its own, even though it's not unique. But with that price point, I won't be reaching for it that often. Even though you get what you paid for, this thing lasts forever and ever, and performs unbearable. It's just not unbearable. It's just a great projection, great everything. At number 16, we have Spiritu Double Vanille by Guerlain. Now, this is a boozy vanilla. Now, very sweet, almost headache inducing, but stops just short of that. It's very well done. At the same time, I don't get great performance out of it on my skin. I get a good 10 hours of longevity, but with a below mediocre scent bubble around me. I really gotta pour it on for people to smell me. That's number 16. At number 15, from the house of Tom Ford, Tobacco Oud. If I'm keeping it honest with you guys, this one I expected to hate. As I was waiting for my bottle, I kept hearing either negative things or comparing it to Amber Absolute. Now, I'm not a fan of Amber Absolute, so I expected to hate it. I split more than I wanted to, but once I got the bottle, I regretted it, because this, to me, is an awesome fragrance. Again, it's not higher on the list because I just got it. I've been playing with it, but it lasts all day, performs very well. It's basically a dark, little bit of smoky, sweet fragrance. It's done very well. Props to Tom Ford. And at number 14, I have another cologne, Tonka Imperial. Now this is a sweet, slightly smoky fragrance. I have the same performance issues as I have with SDV. It does work, it does last long, it just doesn't project off of my body. But I do love the scent. It is a great gourmand to have. And yeah. And at number 13, another one from Tom Ford. This is Oud Wood. Now, I can't confirm nor deny if this was reformulated or just repackaged. It does smell slightly different than what I've smelled before. I always enjoyed it. It's not different enough where I can for sure say that it was changed. It could just be that this is fresh juice. I'm not sure. But this is a sexy, very versatile fragrance. Woodsy. It's just, it hits all points that you need a fragrance to do here in the cool weather outside. Now at number 12, I have Chanel's Egoist. Now this one I had to retry because in the beginning of my journey I guess my nose wasn't ready for it. I didn't enjoy it. The opening is a little harsh, but I do like it. It dries down to something very beautiful. It has some cinnamon there. It's very mature. I think it's a timeless fragrance. I think it's a great fragrance. Everybody should have it in their collection. At number 11, I have another Tom Ford, Noir de Noir. This is also known as Valentine's in a bottle. It's a very aromatic, exotic, sexy fragrance that is well blended. It starts off with a nice masculine rose, and as it dries down, you get a dark chocolate creeping up, and as the more and more time goes, the more it blends in. That's why I guess it's considered Valentine's in a bottle. It's just very exotic, very sexy. Get your nose on that one. Okay, now we're on the top 10 of my list, the better half. I have from Phaedon, this is Rouge Avignon. This one I compare it to Fields of Rubus by Kerosene, with the patchouli toned down very much. That's the one issue I had with Fields of Rubus. People had negative things to say about it only because the patchouli was so in your face. This is so well blended and toned down that it's appealing to others, but at the same time it's not toned down enough where you can't smell it. This thing lasts 12 hours on me. It projects for 6 hours. It's just 6-7 hours is great. At number 9, I have another staple in most of our collection, and it's Tom Ford's Tuscan Leather. Now this is what I think all leather fragrances should be, which I think most houses try to mimic. Tom Ford has an edge on a few houses that have similar scents because of the raspberry note in there. I think makes it sweet enough where you can tolerate the leather even if you're not a leather fan. This fragrance cuts through any cold weather, anything. It's just a performance beast. At number 8, I have Duetto. Now, this is one of the more complicated, from the House of Suspiro, affiliated with Xerjoff, Duetto. This one is one of the more complicated fragrances I have in my arsenal. At the beginning, you get a spicy floral, then some amber and patchouli come in. It's blended beautifully. The notes interact with each other. They bounce in and out, at least on my skin. It's very well done. Most people might have it better, higher on their list. That's just where it falls in comparison to how I like the fragrances that I enjoy. Now, at number 7, I have my favorite Tom Ford fragrance. That's Plum Japonaise. Now, this one is comparable to the Andy Warhol from Bar Number 9. They are very similar. The only difference I can detect, I get more on my skin. I get more incense out of this one, which I like. That's why I prefer this one over the other, but they're very, very close to each other. If you have one, you don't need the other. But I must say that the Bond number 9 Andy Warhol does perform better. This one lasts about 6 to 8 hours on me, when the Andy Warhol will last 12 plus hours on me. At number 6, I have Xerjoff's Delia. Now this one is a new acquisition to my arsenal as well. It's citrus, floral, spice, but as time goes on and you're wearing it for a few hours past, and it starts going into your skin and your pores, and it starts intermingling with your body chemistry, it becomes sweeter and sweeter and sweeter. And I really enjoy it. It has great performance. People around you enjoy it. It's not beast, so they're not going to smell you down the street, but anybody that passes you will get a whiff and will compliment you. It's a great fragrance. At number 5, my top 5. Now, at number 5, we have Mancera's Roses Vanille. Roses Vanille is comparable to Montal's Intense Cafe. I prefer this over that, but they are very similar. Intense Cafe does have the coffee grind note. This one doesn't. But this one performs a little bit better on me. The dry down, the vanilla kicks out a little bit more, which I enjoy. But they're very similar. Again, if you have one, you don't need the other. This thing lasts for days and weeks. At number 4, we have from the House of Phaidon, Tubac Rouge. Now, this one, many people compare it to Tobacco Vanille. I agree, they're very similar. If you have one, you do not need the other. I prefer Tubac Rouge over Tobacco Vanille. Why? I prefer the honey in this with the spices over the vanilla. I'm usually a vanilla Tonka fan, but at the end of the day, I prefer this better. They perform almost equally as good. Just as a preference, I prefer this one. At number 3, this could have easily been my number 1, from the House of Suspiro, affiliated with Xerjoff, Wardesina. Now, this scent is a beautiful rose, very unisex, aromatic, that has some saffron, tobacco. It's a bit sweet as well, which I think is what makes it unisex. Lasts forever and ever, and it's just so beautiful, so well blended. I'm pretty sure if you tried it, you'll like it as well. And at number 2, from the House of Armoise, from the Library Collection, Opus 6. Now, Opus 6 is a spicy amber fragrance. So beautiful, so well done. This one also lasts all day, projects like a beast, and I can't say anything else, but you should go out there and get this. It's amazing. At number 1, from Majda Bikali, we have Fusion Sacré. Now, Fusion Sacré is an amazing scent. It's number 1 on my list for a reason. From the minute I was introduced to this scent, I needed to have it. It is just an amazing, boozy, sweet fragrance. Some spices, but at the end of the day, it's still aromatic. It's hard to describe in any other word but just amazing. This would always be in my collection. It's my number 1, Fusion Sacré. Performance is crazy. Lasts all day. Sillage, big bubble. Always gonna. That's my top 20 list. Please subscribe, like, and comment below. I hope to see you guys soon. Later.